Hello friends. It is the week before St. Patrick's Day and we will be gone for the entire week of St. Patrick's Day. That is our spring break. So we're going to do a little unit study this week on St. Patrick's Day using resources that I have here at home. I went back and forth on this trying to decide if I wanted to buy the Gather Round unit. It's really a good price. It's like $13 and you get the teacher's guide and you get the whole lap book. Or if I wanted to just try to use what we have here at the house. I have got so many books. I don't have a lot of books on St. Patrick, but I do have so many books. And about this time of year, and I'm kind of thinking next year also, I really enjoy doing unit studies. We get tired of working on our school. We have been going at school since the beginning of August. And we have taken breaks in there. In October, we did a whole unit on the Reformation. November, we did Thanksgiving school, and then we did Christmas school, and then we took off most of December. And now we have been back at just our world geography that we had planned from the beginning of the year. It is March, and we are getting tired of doing that. So we're going to do a little unit study on St. Patrick's Day this week. And then when we come back from our spring break, we're going to do another unit study, which I will share with you when we get there.
We're going to national.
Yeah, spring break means we go to national basketball, so that will be a very busy week next week, but it's super fun. We stay in a hotel the whole week with all of our friends and play lots of basketball, eat lots of food, and hang out. So today's our first day of this unit study, and I wanted to take you along with us just to give you some ideas of how we're going to learn about this and what we're going to be doing. So the first book that we're going to use, or our main book that we're going to use, we'll probably read it either throughout the week or every day of this week. We do school 3 days a week, and then we have co-op on the 4th day of the week. Is this book. This is from The Voice of the Martyrs, the story of St. Patrick. So this tells us, see if I can get my camera to look at my book and not at me. This is the true story of St. Patrick and his life, and so I like to read through this and share it with the kids. So this is the first thing that we'll be doing today. The other book that we are going to use, and we'll probably need to read this over a couple days because it's kind of a long chapter, is Taking Europe for Jesus. This is from Generations, and there is an entire chapter on Patrick, the missionary to the Irish. So we'll be reading through this chapter as well, and this is a level 6 book, so it's definitely for my older kids. I've got one 6th grader and one 5th grader, and then a 3rd and a 1st that's doing this with us, so this will be good information for them. And then along with this, we'll be doing some drawing, we'll be doing some notebooking, doing some cooking, making some Irish food for St. Patrick's Day, green food. I also plan to find a movie about St. Patrick. I know Torchlighters has a St. Patrick movie, and I feel like we've seen it or we have it or something. So I'm going to see if I can find that. And then I've got some YouTube videos lined out that I'm planning on using as well. I will have a whole blog post over on my blog of every resource that we used for this unit study. So make sure you check out the link down in the description if you're looking for some ideas for your homeschool to do a St. Patrick's Day unit study as well. We have actually read about St. Patrick already once this year in our history reading. But it was just a short chapter. It didn't have as much information as this book does. The one we were doing was the story of Jesus' people, so it is a much lower level of information. But we're going to start this one. I split it into 3 sections, so we're going to read our first section today. We are going to do this week a little unit study on St. Patrick, because next week is St. Patrick's Day, and we'll be gone over St. Patrick's Day, so I thought we would do it this week. So we're going to learn about some different things and do some different things we don't normally do, okay? Okay. All right. This chapter is called Patrick, Missionary to the Irish. Boys, if you can't play quiet without talking, then we're going to put the toys away. Okay. And again, Isaiah says, "There shall be a root of Jesse, and he shall rise to reign over the Gentiles. In him the Gentiles shall hope." Romans 15:12. Time and time again, history shows how God uses for good what man intends for evil. Genesis 50, verse 20. Joseph's brothers had one plan. They meant to get rid of Joseph once and for all. But God used the brothers' evil actions to preserve God's people in the famine that was to come. It was the kidnapping of a young man that would ultimately lead to the evangelism of Ireland for the glory of God. The story of Ireland's Christianization begins with the kidnapping of Patrick at age 16. The story of Saint Patrick. More than leprechauns and shamrocks. Only the crash of the waves below and the chirp of crickets could be heard, creating a rhythmic tune that led young Patrick and his family into a deep sleep in the villa on the hill. Their boots hitting the grains of sand, and without making a sound, the captain pointed to the villa on the hill. Wait, what? You know Irish?
No, the girls and the boy in the front that like started it. You know the people behind them when they went like this, they hit him in the butt. Hey! Ow!
Alright, we just finished day 1 of our unit study. We finished our read aloud, and we are done before lunchtime with school. It's very nice. Today I made all the kids get up earlier than normal. I woke everyone up at 7:30 so that they would be ready to go by, it was about 9 o'clock probably when we started school. So it's about noon now, I think. Yep, a little after noon right now. So we're finished with school for the day. We're going to go to the park here in a little bit. Oh, Carrington's got to read to me, but that won't take too long. So,
Please.
But we'll see you tomorrow for day 2 of our St. Patrick's Day unit study. Today is day 3 of our St. Patrick's Day unit study, and I apologize, I did not take any video yesterday. I totally forgot, but I did take some pictures of a couple things that we did, so I will put those in here. We went grocery shopping yesterday, and I saw these and thought they would be the perfect addition to our unit study. So the kids are going to have, some of them are going to have some of these limited edition Lucky Charms for breakfast. Supposedly the magic clover marshmallows will turn their milk green. So we'll see how that goes, and then after we get breakfast we're going to get started on our bookwork. Minnie, you got it.
I was just joking.
A
lot of Lucky, like little
Yeah,
things.
make sure you eat them all. I love Lucky Charms. They were my favorite cereal when I was a kid. I used to eat bowls and bowls of them for breakfast because they were my most favorite thing to eat. Is your milk turning green yet?
No.
If it does, show me, okay?
No.
Clayton doesn't care for Lucky Charms, so he's having Dino Bites. Did you guys thank the Lord for your food, or are you just being little piggies? Huh?
Mama, there's so many marshmallows.
There are a lot of marshmallows in there.
Like the first time I dumped it, it was just basically all marshmallows.
Yeah. This milk is kind of turning green. It'll probably do it more as you. Barely. Barely green. While they are eating their breakfast, I'm gonna get these made and put in the fridge.
Mama,
What?
milk is totally green.
Who is this?
Kristen.
Is it looking green?
Kind of.
Wow,
What?
my milk is pretty green.
What's it?
The marshmallows.
So with this green Jell-O, I'm going to pour it into my deviled egg containers and put these in the fridge to let them harden up. Actually, I've got to add one more cup of water, I think, or 2 more. Yeah, they'll look like little green eggs. And then we will make some whipped cream and put on them to make them look like little deviled eggs. And we'll have them with our dinner this afternoon.
Minnie's going on. Go and check Minnie.
Oh, yours is really green.
Mama,
Nice.
Mom, can I be done?
Cool. Now we gotta figure out how to make these fit in my refrigerator. Don't. Just let me know.
Kindle. It's like, what?
Okay, boys, go get your math, get your independent work done. Let you do your math while Kendon does his. Okay, so yesterday for our unit study, we read another part of the section on St. Patrick out of Taking Europe for Jesus. And then we read this other book, which I was doing some research for this unit study on just online, and I was looking at the books on Amazon trying to decide if they were worth paying for or not. In the end, I had decided not to buy any new books. I was just going to try to use what we had, and then my husband surprised me and ordered some of the books that I had put in the cart on Amazon. So the first one was this one, Jamie O'Rourke, I don't really know how to say his last name, and The Big Potato. This is just an Irish folktale. This was really cute, and I think my kids really enjoyed this book. So Clayton says yes.
That was good.
Very good.
Kindle loved it.
He liked it. So we read this one yesterday along with the Taking Europe for Jesus. And then one other thing that we did, let me see if I can find them, was we spent a little bit of time drawing. So we got onto the Art for Kids Hub on YouTube and drew some pictures. We drew a little leprechaun Dotson. This is somebody's. I actually don't know whose this is. This is yours, Kendon?
Yes.
This is Kendon's. And then Clayton's. And he added some words at the top. It says, leprechauns sell their shoes to fairies for gold. That one's his. Biddy did hers on a notebooking page, which I intended to have everyone do this, but my printer was being extremely slow, so we didn't get them all out. But this is Carrington's, and she drew hers and then...
Would it fit anyway?
Yeah, wrote a bunch of information at the top of there. And then this is Cadence's, a leprechaun Dotson.
Where's mine, Mom? No, where's Biddy's?
That might be too bright.
Where's Biddy's, Mom?
So, and then today our plan is to finish reading Taking Europe for Jesus. I've got a couple different types of notebooking pages here. I printed this one off. These are from notebookingpages.com, which I have a lifetime membership of. I'm gonna have Cadence definitely fill out this one. She already wrote one page, but I'm gonna have her refill out this to put in her notebook. And then I've got a couple more of these with the blank part so the kids could draw a picture if they want to. And we actually have one more St. Patrick's Day book coming that's not going to be here till Friday. So we'll have to read that on Friday whenever it comes in the mail. That one is, I think it's St. Patrick's Day in the Morning is what it's called. And it was just another suggested book that was good for reading on St. Patrick's Day. So we are going to get this started. I think also we might watch a video today. I've got a drive-through history video that we're going to try to watch and just see how that goes. And in real life homeschool fashion, we just had a big spill. Clayton spilled his iced coffee. So we are stopping right in the middle of our reading, and he's going to soak that up real good. You only really need one, sweetheart. You need to lay it on top of there and step all over it to soak it up. So he's going to work on that for a minute, and then we will resume our school.
Mommy.
That little island, huh? That's Ireland. Look, his part has the England on there too, but this is Ireland. Okay, good job. What are some things that you guys remember about St. Patrick?
That
he was a Christian.
Well, obviously. St. Patrick of
he's
Ireland. Actually, we're going to put in Ireland. And then what happened?
God made
Everybody stop what you're doing and look up here. Then what happened?
God made a way to escape.
God made a way to escape.
And then once he got home, his parents said to never leave again.
Okay.
No, you missed the rest of it.
That's the I.
Ireland.
Mom, but it's
No,
not
you
the
gotta write the
I.
whole word and then you gotta copy.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't thinking of it. Mama. My voice is like gone.
Don't forget.
Alright, now we are watching a video on the computer. We're watching Torchlighters St. Patrick's Day or St. Patrick video.
One of these days, no one will tell me what to do.
Alright, we've got a few things going on in the kitchen right now. Kylie's working on the cupcakes. I'm going to get the Irish soda bread made so it can get baking in the oven. It says it needs to bake for 45 to 50 minutes. I just got this recipe off of, I think, a group that I'm in on Facebook, maybe. But I'm going to mix this together so it can be baking, and then we'll start working on a few of our other things. We just got a couple things that need to be finished up, so we'll do those in a few minutes. We had so much fun with this unit study, and I hope that you got some good ideas from it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today and for watching. Let me know if you have any comments or questions down below, and make sure to check out the link if you're looking for more ideas for your St. Patrick's unit study, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.